Yo, what's up everybody? How's it going? Today we're playing World of Dota and we're doing the last of the 5 new characters. We are doing Tiny. Yeah, I'm excited. I like Tiny. So I hope you guys enjoy it and let's get into the game. Alright, we got ourselves Tiny, which is a very exciting character because we're going for Strength Tiny today. Damage, 1% of maximum health. Yeah! So we just get plus 10 damage right now. That's actually super sick, isn't it? That's actually kind of amazing. All right, how exciting. Anyway, yeah, we're playing Strength Tiny today. To be honest, it's probably like the least wild of the Tiny builds, but I feel like out of all the characters, all of the new characters, we've mostly just been playing Int. So I didn't want to do another int build, and the agility build is unfortunately another one of those that isn't quite ready. Like, it's funny in concept, it's funny in theory, and in practice it's unplayable. So it's gonna need a round of revision. So I want to kind of give Panda Life the chance, the opportunity to do that round of revision. But in the meantime, we're just gonna be Strength Tiny. We're just gonna be Strength Tiny, and we're gonna Strength Tiny our way through the game. Now, a nice thing about Strength Tiny is that we do have 4 agility gain. Like, that has been preserved from regular Dota. I think that might even be more than regular Dota. It's actually just such a crazy amount of agility gain. Sorry, strength gain. Did I say agility gain? Strength gain. Oh, hello. Please leave. Oh, you're jousting. Don't worry, you're leaving anyway. Because you will not have anything to do. Oh, the jousting builds are so sad because I want them to be not even good, just like be usable. Right? Like, that's a really important thing. It's not necessarily just about being good. Oh my god. Can I... Please leave, please leave, please leave, please leave, please leave. Never mind. No, just go away. Please, just go away. Just go away. Fuck. Go away, go away, go away. Okay. Because there's a double blue. Alright, we got one of them. I'm kind of okay with that. Ah, it wasn't enough. I couldn't see because there's a guy in front of it and there's another dude showing up from behind and just beating me up now. Oh man. Why? Every time I play this mode, it's just this over and over again. Why? Go fight something else. This is so not worth your time. Look, I just got another 600 HP. Why are you doing this? Thank you. Okay. Alright, it's just not worthy of your time. What you gonna get out of it? Like, I'm gonna keep running. I'm not just gonna feed myself. Give me get this. Let me just get a belt of strength. Okay, there's a creep. Maybe we can do something with that eventually. Not right now though. Pick up this one. Smack. 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 This is gonna take a really long time, isn't it? We're never gonna get it, are we? Okay. Anyway. Pick up these. Oh no. Yeah, you probably saw... Oh, there's so many good creeps. And I am ill-equipped to handle them. I should be able to at least kill this though. So that's something. That is at least something. Right? And then we'll get some extra health. Base damage is like nice, but really, do we care that much? I mean, like, we scale with HP, right? So, anyway, Echo Saber, right? It's tiny after all. Echo Saber makes sense. And it just kind of like does everything we need for the early game. And the mid game, and the late game. It's just a really good item on Tiny. There's another red one. How am I gonna deal with all of these? There's way too many good creeps here. Okay. I'm just gonna spend 2 minutes trying to kill this and then complain when it inevitably gets stolen from me. But here we go. We'll just kind of... this is... Am I even doing enough damage? Am I just gonna lose? Am I gonna die to this creep? Is this creep just more powerful than me? I think this creep might just be more powerful than me. Alright, we're gonna do a classic Tiny combo for damage. Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me. I'm losing. I'm dying to this creep. Rune? No rune? Oh, fuck, I'm dead. No, this guy saw my creep. It's okay. I don't think he can kill it. This creep is way too powerful for any of us. I mean, I spent such a long time trying to take it down. Like, I'm just actively throwing the game at this point. But now it's really more of a matter of principle. I'm gonna fucking kill this creep. I mean, I lost the fight to it once already. So I'm just gonna kind of keep fighting it. There we go. 800 gold. I mean, that's actually really good. I mean, I died, but that's okay. Who cares? Okay, here we go. Changes the primary attribute to strength. Thank you. And then increases total damage taken and increases total damage dealt. That's actually, like, scary a little bit, but also kind of fun. I don't know. I like it. It's kind of cute. Should probably get, like, a blade mail or something. Alright, grow. Hello? Do you want to fight? Haste. Sure, why not? That sounds good. I mean, all things considered, we could really be in a lot worse of a position than we are. Probably should be in a lot worse of a position. Oh, never mind, we're back to being at the bottom of the barrel. That's where we belong, to be honest. Alright, let's level up this, increase our total damage taken, which seems very sketch, I got to be honest, but it is how it is. I'm not in a duel. It's actually kind of sad, I wouldn't mind being in a duel. I feel like being in a duel wouldn't be too bad. Okay, let me pick up this right here. Can I tell you about something that I learned over the weekend? Okay, here. Wait, first, I need to pull up a prop because I discovered something interesting. I think it's interesting. So I was, over the weekend, I went to visit a guy here that's kind of like running a little bit of a, you know, like magic card-ish store, just card game store-ish. It's not really a store, but it's kind of a store. Anyway, point being, he semi-professionally sells magic cards online. And since I am who I am, I mean, you guys know me. As soon as I, you know, kind of saw his setup, I just started asking questions, right? I'm like, how does it work? How do you determine prices? Like, what's the whole system behind this? And I learned some interesting things. So, first of all, what I learned is that basically the way most stores, at least to his knowledge, work is that they all have like certain bot softwares that they are using. And there are some like kind of big names in it. He showed me the one that he uses. And within that bot software, you can say, I want to sell this card for at the bare minimum this price. And I am willing to work and accept a certain fluctuation in price. And I want this fluctuation to be based upon the price of these other stores. So what that basically means is that the bot will compare the price of a card to other sellers that are also professional sellers, and then based on that will determine the price that the card should be sold at. Now, I don't know about you, but to me that immediately had my ears perking up because I'm like, that feels really artificial, isn't it? Like, that feels completely arbitrary, right? It's like, it's not. So I'm like, okay. I understand how that works, right? And you can just say, well, it's just price and demand. And like, sure, if you want to make that argument. But, and then I was like, okay, so how do we get the original starting price? Like, what determines the starting price? Like, because if the cost of a card is dependent on the price, the selling point of all of the other sellers, right? Then how do you figure out what the actual kind of starting price is, right? Because you need to have an origin point. You need to have something to base it upon. And then he said, well, somebody just makes it up. When the card gets announced, they just kind of take a guess at how popular it's going to be, and then they just make up the price for it. And now I cannot help myself but look at the cards as they are being released and look at the prices as they are being kind of set on the card market website. And then I found something really interesting. Wait. Sorry, don't. No, I'm dying. Go away. I don't have toss anymore. I can't defend myself. I'm just dead, right? Oh, never mind. I'm luckily pretty quick, you know, being tiny. Okay, here. I found something really, really, really interesting that I think is fascinating. Here. Let me show you this. Do you see these prices? Do you see these prices? 500, 500, 500, 500, 500, 500, 500, 500, 500. So this is a new set that isn't released yet. It's getting released next, like in 2 days, I think cards start being sold. And they're all at 500. Why are they all at 500? It doesn't make any sense. Like a couple of them are lower than that, but why are all of the cards at 500? That's absurd. These are not worth 500. This isn't even a good card. Right? Like, what the fuck is going on? But then I checked. I was like, okay, well, what's going on? It's all one store. It's all this one store, Magic Barcelona, who's put all of the cards from this new set into their bot and just set them at 500. And now, knowing what we have learned about how prices are determined, which is that the bots just compare to each other, doesn't that make sense? Doesn't that make sense? Because they all just, they just set it at an arbitrarily high number so that when the next person comes in to decide their price, right, where they say, okay, I'm not insane, I'm not going to charge $500 for this, but I'm going to charge like $10 for it, then what this one store does is it's pulling up the average price of it. Isn't that insane? Isn't that crazy? I think that's so wild. Why am I not cleaving? Sorry, this has just blown my mind. It's blown my mind. What is this? I smell. A like. Oh, leave it quick before I come and get it from you. Be careful. Okay, let's get more HP. Thank you very much. I gotta pick up a tree again. We need some armor, some attack speed probably. Do we need armor and attack speed? Feels like my cleave became smaller and I don't know why. Is a Soul Cross good for us? I mean, a Soul Cross is probably good for us, right? But I also kind of just want to get Blade Mail and Madness Blade Mail. So, there is a new card coming out, right? Where, okay, wait, let me maybe continue my conversation that I had with this person a little bit more. Let me tell you a little bit more about it. Because then I asked, okay, well, why wouldn't I set it at arbitrarily high prices? Which he then said, well, because nobody would buy it. But I actually just found proof that some stores do just set the cards to arbitrarily high prices. Nobody is going to buy a Lotus ring for $500. Nobody. That's absurd. The card isn't worth anything. Like, that card is worth, like, maybe 20 cents at best. It's not a good card. Right? So anyway, but then he said, well, because then nobody would buy the cards, right? Because then you're running into supply and demand issues. People are just not going to buy a card for $1 million. But anytime he pulled that comparison, he would use this absurdly, arbitrarily high number, right? Which I found really interesting. Now, I didn't want to call him out there. You know, it's like his style. I want to be nice. I want to be nice. I want to be civil, right? But I just couldn't help myself thinking, okay, sure, right? Like, I can say that... Oh, hello. Oh, we're actually really strong, aren't we? Okay, go away, I guess. I just want to farm anyway. So, of course, if we're talking about an arbitrarily high number, like $1 million for a magic card, then people are just not gonna buy it. But then I, find that is kind of a faulty question, like a faulty answer to my question in a way. Because, okay, sure, I can't sell this card for $1 million. But what if I put it up for free instead of $1? Right? Like, I'm just arbitrarily deciding that this card is $3 instead of $1. Or, in the one specific example that actually bothers me because I want this card. This right here is Gold Vein Hydra. There's a card that's a little bit hyped because it's kind of good. I want it for my silly Hydra deck. But you can see it's like really expensive. Card isn't out yet. It's not out yet. And look at this. These are all professional stores, right? And they have all put it at this price because they're all basing it off of each other. And I know that they're basing it off of each other because the first price that I saw listed for this card, because I immediately checked after it was announced, because again, I want it for my silly Hydra deck. I don't even want it for a good deck. I want it for a Hydra deck. I saw it listed for 15 bucks and the price is just not going down, right? Because at this point, the price has entrenched itself. And you know what's really funny about it? You know, when you say, okay, well, but you say the card is good, the card is, you know, probably going to be in demand. We don't know that yet. The card isn't out. And it's maybe good, but there have been lots of cards like it that haven't been good, right? So it's arbitrary. It's all arbitrary. And I just find that fascinating. I just think that's funny. I just think it's interesting. Sorry, I know there's going to be some free market people that are going to be like, by the way, it's just supply and demand. If nobody buys it at that price, it's going to go down. But what if that's the only price that's being sold at? Right? And people still want the card because at that point, the card becomes worth that amount. See the problem with the free market argument. It's cardboard. It's not worth anything in the first place. Anyway, sorry. We're not going to get into a free market discussion right now because it's just going to make people upset. But anyone can buy packs and sell the cards. That's why I'm only talking about like professional sellers. And that's the thing. The guy I was talking to is a professional seller. And he said that basically none of these stores compare themselves to like your regular person selling a card. Individual sellers will absolutely sell a card for cheaper. You can absolutely get it for cheaper. But first of all, they will also look at what the stores sell them for and then base it on that. But the stores only look at other stores. They only look at other stores. I don't think we can get this. So what are we building anyway? I mean, we do a lot of damage. I guess just like a heart and a satanic. Just get more HP. I think we just build HP. Right? Please stop running. I'm trying to fight you. Hey, got a kill. Nice. Very good. Extra health. Each attack has a chance of dealing a critical strike. So we get inbuilt crit with this build, which is kind of fun. Why me? There's a whole fight going on with heroes that are low HP. Why would you attack me? Now I don't have a choice other than to fight back. Y'all gotta be better at threat assessment, I gotta say. Come over here. There was also an interesting thing that he pointed out, which I found to be fascinating, where he was complaining about a specific card that he was trying to sell. Hey, Gagazi, thanks for the 35 months. There was a specific card he was trying to sell, but he had noticed that a seller, like a pro seller, had shown up, and they had a huge supply of that card. They had like 50 of them, and they had put the price of it slightly below everybody else. So he basically pointed at that store and said, yeah, they are blocking everybody else from selling. And that I thought was a really interesting thought as well. Because he looked at them as just like, yeah, that they are blocking the sales of other people. Fascinating discussion. I don't know, I found it to be really interesting. So we cannot win this, right? Like, we are actually so weak. It's kind of sad. Kind of sad. Harpoon. What does Harpoon even do for us? I think we just need to keep farming. We're really good at farming. We're not so good at fighting Omni Knights, but we're really good at farming. The problem is that, sure, we can gap close with the Harpoon and then? Like, what happens then? Nothing, really, right? It's just... okay. Right? Like, we have closed the gap. I really think Harpoon is not that useful. We're just gonna build more attack damage. I don't think we're gonna go for a lot of attack speed. Attack speed doesn't scale that nicely on Tiny anyway. Just pure HP for damage seems like the way to go. And that should work pretty nicely with our Blade Mail as well. Helldivers. Oh, I keep seeing stuff of Helldivers and it looks really interesting, but it's a shooter and I'm not really a shooter person. I don't know, shooters are just not my thing. Okay, increase avalanche duration. Do we care? Probably not. Like, it doesn't seem that important. I do think it's super neat how Helldivers has this, like, ARG that goes along with it, right? Where it's not just like a game that you're playing, but they have this like sort of D&D flair to everything. Where there's also this, you know, story that's being told outside of just the gameplay. Super neat. Super cool. Come on, one hit. Oh, so close. Just get gold, right? Here's our heart. More strength. So, this gives us 10% health, which seems like a good idea. 10% health seems like a good fit. Oh, we should probably watch the fight. I'm sorry. I hope I was able to kind of explain why I found the way like stuff like Card Market works to be so interesting. But I'm not entirely sure if what I'm saying really makes sense. There are going to be some hardcore capitalists out there that just think it's the free market. Shut the hell up, Baumi. But to me, it's not really just a free market, right? Like, I mean, yeah, it is, but it's got this like weird flair to it of this like level of arbitrarity. Does that make sense? How am I so rich? I guess I'm just like punching things in the face and that's working. I haven't gotten a lot of kills. It's hard to get kills with this, but the thing is that people aren't really willing to fight me. So I guess that's good news. Alright, take this. Gotta prioritize that before we kill the creeps. Yeah, except for you, I know. But everybody else is kind of running away a lot. Come here. Come on! Oh, shit. Do we do this? I'm missing, like, all of my attacks. So I guess we need a Soul Cross. Yeah, I'm just missing too many hits. Why me? I'm missing way too many attacks. Okay, sorry, did I say a Soul Cross? No, we need Armlet. We need Armlet. I don't think this guy actually has that much evasion. It's just that I'm like not connecting with any of it. But yeah. Like for me, the free market is something like what happened with a card called Vein Ripper. So there's a card called Vein Ripper where when it got released, it was like $5. And I actually got a little, I was like, I'll wait for that to go down because it was widely considered to be a pretty bad card. But then somebody managed to build a really cool deck with it and then won a big tournament with that card as its centerpiece. Or one of these centerpieces, I guess. And then its price has now since then risen to like $25. And that makes sense to me. Like, okay, people just want the card, sellers see that the card is good and in high demand, so they price it higher. That part, I think is totally sensible. But the part that doesn't really make as much sense to me is when a card just like randomly has a high price point, even though it doesn't see play, right? Even though it's not good, even though it's not particularly rare. And that happens all the time. There are lots and lots of cards that just like randomly are expensive. And this to me explains that. Okay, more health. Man, my damage output is just like really not there. And I don't really have a way to properly defend myself. Alright, you guys have fun. Oh, not again. Yeah. But there's just like a hero where if I run into him, I die. That's a huge problem. Because I can't even run away, right? Can't even run away. Looks at reserve list. Well, reserve list at least has a reason to be expensive, right? Because those cards can't be reprinted. Okay. Pick up this. Didn't know Omni was so good. Well, it just mostly seems like Tiny is like not as good as I want him to be. One of the big problems I have is honestly just that the cleave doesn't work properly. Like it kind of works, but not always, and it's weird. Also, getting attack speed with Tiny is just like literally impossible, which is a big problem. Alright. We'll get ourselves the armlet next. With that, we'll have hopefully a little bit of, you know, a little bit more of a fighting chance, I suppose. Alright, here we go. We've got tree volley now. I hope that this doesn't actually require us to have trees. It seems it does. That's not good. Yeah, the fact that it requires us to actually have trees. But at least the radius is fairly large. Still no idea how we're going to be able to pull this off against the hero. Good news is we have 8,000 HP. But that's still only like 80 damage, isn't it? That's actually not even that much. I mean, I've got a full inventory dedicated to these shenanigans, and I've got, what, 80 damage out of it? It's not particularly impressive, is it? Hopefully, with the tree volley, we can be a bit more dangerous at the very least, you know? So, more health. I mean, our attack damage is really, like, fine. It's not great, but it's definitely not bad either. Here we go. Throw a couple of trees. Man, that's not impressive at all. Alright. So. Probably get the Mindbreaker for some extra attack speed. Juggernaut versus Wraith King. I'm gonna say the Juggernaut seems the most likely. 80 damage is very impressive compared to +5 strength or whatever else is in that same tier. Sure, but I'm saying mostly that I think my item build is not really worth it. Right? Like, sure, this is definitely good for like a level 1 upgrade. True. But, you know, maybe I didn't need to go for like Heart and Soul Reaver. I'm not necessarily criticizing the game here. I'm just as much talking about my item build. Oh. Armlet toggles, let's go. But you gotta actually, like, fight eventually, right? Yeah, if you don't fight, then that doesn't really do anything. I mean, we might need to get rid of the Soul Reaver. We'll see. So, hello, Tokyo dearest. No resurrection. I think the Wraith King has the upgrade that takes it away. Yeah. Reincarnation no longer reincarnates you. Come over here. Armlet. Level up this. We have like 9,000 HP. That's pretty good, I think. I mean, to be honest, like we might actually be able to take on the Omni Knight soon. I just need the Spear of Mordigian. If I can get that, I actually feel like it might be possible. One of the big issues we were having was missing a lot of our attacks, right? And with this, well, that won't happen anymore. I mean, we still might miss, but it's gonna be less likely. Do we still upgrade the Echo Saber? I don't know if we keep the Echo Saber. What do you guys think? I feel like we could just get something that's like more consistent attack speed at this point. But I'm not sure. Okay. So magic resistance, there's some base damage up there, damage reduction. Damage reduction seems better for now. Yeah, healing reduction is definitely something that we would like, but I don't really see how we can fit it. Right? There's like nothing we can buy that really works. It's tricky. But turns out just having inbuilt cleave might just be enough. Oh, we're missing. Alright, there's the very annoying ultimate BKB. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad attempt. If he didn't have ultimate and BKB, very winnable. We're not that far away. We're not that far away. We're still missing attacks, which is kind of annoying. Like, that was a lot better of a fight. If I went into that with, like, actually my cooldowns ready and, you know, hopefully that guy a little bit more worn down. He did have to use everything and, like... Oh, I don't have a tree. That's maybe a problem. Okay, would you mind if I just pick up a tree really quick? Alright, we'll throw some... Why is it so slow? Did you notice that it has this, like, really long, unusual delay? Yeah, there's nothing we can do there. One of the biggest problems with this build is how, like, stationary it is. It really feels like we just can't chase him. But the tree volley, it doesn't seem to work properly. Like, it does work, but not the way it normally does. Not the way it works in normal Dota. So, it's a bit annoying. Well, I'm thinking we just get in a Soul Cross instead of the Echo Saber, right? Or we could get rid of boots. I mean, we're not outrunning anyone anyways. We're definitely getting rid of boots, actually. Look, if people want to kite us, then they can. That's just gonna happen. Sorry, we don't have a way of dealing with that. How rude of Roshan to just attack me like that. Oh man, this is so mediocre. This just does nothing. Alright, we need an Assault Cross. But to be honest, it's not looking like we'll be able to even live long enough for that. It's really a build that I think just struggles a lot. Because we don't have any tools? That sounds so weird to say, but like, that's what it comes down to, right? Like, we just... Maybe I just needed to itemize completely differently. Like, I built 4 HP, maybe HP was just wrong. Fact that we are down toss, I think that is actually a huge factor. That really hurts. Just gonna need to clear this out. It's not enough, right? I need... Yeah, okay. Alright. Oh, this isn't... Ooh! No! Never mind, never mind! Never mind! I got excited for a moment. But then I remembered how that item works. I'm like, oh, wait, no, no, actually, never mind. It's not good. It's not good for us. I mean, what am I gonna do? Not just, like, punch him in the face? I mean, yeah, what am I gonna do? I don't have anything. I don't have any tools! All I can do is hit him! And that's just like not even close to good enough. The problem with Tiny as a right clicker is really just the attack speed reduction, right? The 30% loss is so huge. It hurts so badly. Well, we tried. Honestly, I think 4th place with this build seems very appropriate. It's very, very mediocre. Again, maybe my item build is bad, right? But the problem is, if you have to build attack speed on Tiny, if that's the expectation, look, he's just the worst hero for it. Literally the worst hero to use attack speed on. Grow ruins attack speed. Maybe the thing is that you don't skill grow. Like, do you just skip grow? But that's not worth it, right? Because with 10,000 HP, then you gain 100 damage from this. I think you just use this as like... Because you'll probably end up with 50 extra damage from it. Like, and 50 extra damage for a 1 point upgrade at level 1 is actually great. Right? But then, if you look at the rest of this, it's still not good. We take 12% extra damage? Why? Like, okay, I get that it also makes us deal 12% extra damage, but there are lots of upgrades for heroes that just make us deal 12% extra damage, right? Like, 12% is not that much. Why does it come with this downside? That doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, and this right here, losing toss, is also brutal. For example, the Agi tree. Well, what do you mean there? We could get this and just gain rid of that. Get rid of the agility gain per second. Ooh. There you go. Just beating him up. The level of thing? Wait, I'm a little confused what Nail is saying. This. Oh yeah, here, look at this. Right, you're right. You can just get 12% damage, right? Like, and I know this comes earlier, but... I mean, I don't know if that's worth it, like, because you get 12% damage reduction from this, so this one basically just deletes this one. It's 6 points invested to get 12% damage increase. I don't know about that. That just doesn't seem good enough. I'm not saying that something like that can't work. I actually think this is kind of a cute idea, right? This, I think, is neat. This, I think, is neat, right? So you get a huge amount of HP, then you take more damage, and you, like, can maybe use that somehow. But the problem is that these two ideas, they are not, like, I guess it's kind of explored a little bit here, where we make Avalanche deal more damage based on our max HP, but then it stops. Then we just kind of get generic crit and increased duration, which I don't even know what that's for. And then we get Tree Volley, which doesn't work properly and is just, like, honestly really difficult to use because you stand still and don't do anything. One of the great things about Tree Volley in normal Dota, right, one of the reasons why it's good is because you can use it. Oh, nice bash. Very good bash. But you can use it to hit multiple heroes, and you can use it from a distance. But in here, both of those things are just, like, not that important. Right? Like, like, who cares? Like, they just don't matter that much. So this is a build where I think it's actually really not that far away from being good. Like, what it needs is, give me Craggy. I actually don't mind losing Toss. I don't think that this upgrade should remove Toss, though. Give me Craggy. Give me something to defend myself with. Craggy makes sense with a tanking build. Make Craggy scale with our HP, maybe, and make it trigger off of magic damage as well. That could be the capstone. And I think, I don't know, that seems like it would be alright. Then you would have a build that, like, does some attacking, but also just kind of relies on returning damage with HP. I could see that working. I feel like this path isn't very far away from being something neat that functions, but in practice right now, it just doesn't actually do anything. But again, maybe my item build's just shit. It could be. It could be. Who knows? Who knows? A lot of these newer heroes, now that we have played all of them, a lot of them feel kind of on the weaker end. I think maybe we were a bit too cautious in the balancing of them, right? Maybe this build would work better with HP Radiance. Yeah, but we don't have any way to really use HP Radiance, right? Like, we just kind of deal HP Radiance damage then, but... like, does that matter? Yeah. Except for Medusa. Oh yeah, Medusa's just broken. I mean, obviously, but like, we don't even need to talk about that. We don't even need to talk about that. Oh, and Abaddon apparently as well. Yeah, I've not actually played Strength Abaddon yet. I've played Agility and Int. The Agility was like quite possibly the worst build ever. Just like absolute trash. And the Int build I thought was fine. Like, it wasn't bad, but it also wasn't great. It's kind of like this one, right? Where, I mean, getting 4th, it just seems appropriate for it. Go get him, Juggernaut. It's gonna be interesting to see if the Juggernaut can pull this off, to be honest. Strength Abaddon, yeah. Gotta try that out sometime, I guess. Oh, Omni Knight, go get him. Alright. Duel time. One of the big problems with this is that it's a build that tries to stand its ground, but it doesn't really give you any tools for it. And that's weird, because Craggy is right there. Like, it's right there. Abaddon has not Abaddon, sorry. Tiny has always had a tool that's good for standing his ground. Why does he not get it here? Come on. Craggy is right there. Okay, you guys go get him. Go at it. All right. Bonk, bonk, bonk. I mean, the Patch's main issue here is gonna be mana, right? Diffusal Blade is king, as always. E-Blade. Another ultimate. Doesn't have, oh, nope, that's it. No Octarine Core. I feel like the Patch needed an Octarine Core. Like this right here, Soul Reaver and Heart. we just saw that that doesn't work, you know? Alright, so Mirror Shield is brutal, right? I don't know. Go get him, stupid. You bullied me, you can bully the rest of the game, right? Yup. Looks about right. Can't really tell, but I think it's a Juggernaut dying, right? Yeah. Wasn't really sure how much HP the Omni Knight had, but it just seemed likely that it was the Juggernaut who isn't having the best time. There we go, much better. Smart. No refresh on this guy either. So now you go with the Omni Slash. See, now you've got a good winning position. Much better. Much, much better. Hit him. Oh, you gotta trade some hits now. Oh, the miss. Aren't you fine now? I mean, if you just stole, you can even use your healing ward. Unless we forgot about that ability, who knows? I mean, I would have used the healing ward by now. I gotta be honest. There we go. Yeah, I mean, the Juggernaut just needs to force out that ultimate, right? It's a close game. They're both strong. I'm confused. Why does this say killed by Baumi? Tiny. So I don't really mind that I got killed by myself. That's fine, whatever. It's just a random bug. But why does it say Baumi? My in-game name is not Baumi. Like, what's going on with there? Buddy, you have a healing effect! I don't know if you used it. That's quite curious. Alright, we got +5 MMR, big money, that's what we're here for. I'm confused now by that little window. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. We'll definitely appreciate that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.